Professor, what's 2 plus 2?
It's
You know that, right?
Yeah, tell us, Professor.
I can't. I don't feel so well. My head is dizzy. Imagine forgetting the answer to the simplest math question, one even kindergartners know by heart. That was me, in front of 100 students. They thought it was a joke, part of our usual fun courses, but my mind went blank. I was staring at the equation, but absolutely nothing came across my mind. Suddenly, I was sweating like crazy and I felt every eye on me. Then I collapsed on the classroom floor, a victim of my failing brain. Never in a million years have I thought something like this could happen to me. But if you or someone you hold dear have experienced memory loss symptoms recently, it's important to listen to what I'm about to say because this is not hype. I am not trying to scare you. Memory loss is not a life sentence, and I know this personally because a year and a half ago, I went through a terrible situation in voicing memory loss, where almost no doctor gave me any chance of recovery. It was through a pure miracle that I managed to escape from it and put an end to those embarrassing moments caused by my weakened mind. A scientific, proven breakthrough I am now sharing with tens of thousands of other people from all across America and thousands more from other parts of the world. A solution I came across after over 6 months of exhausting research, after almost all my savings had been spent on doctors and lab tests. It is so potent, it increases the brain's capacity and performance by nearly 400%. Restores and boosts cognitive skills, gives you mental clarity and a sharp memory, all while protecting you from dangerous brain diseases such as dementia and permanent memory loss. Hi, my name is Stanley Robb, and the following story is as shocking as it is true. In the next 5 minutes, I'm going to show you the exact source of your cognitive deterioration, why lowered brain power is not an age-related issue, nor does it have anything to do with our gender, lifestyle, or daily habits. You'll be surprised to learn that this phenomenon is triggered by a little-known and yet fast-spreading process that takes place inside your central nervous system, even when you're asleep, and how using this do-at-home solution is the key that doctors missed to help you stop forgetting basic skills, reverse the inability to pay attention in a conversation, restore your sharp and clear mind, and shield yourself from memory loss and dangerous brain diseases. Just imagine always being able to recall the correct answer, whether it's a simple everyday question or an advanced math problem, or remembering stuff from childhood like snapping your fingers. Imagine being able to hold a conversation from beginning to end with brilliant ideas coming out of your mouth, making your neighbors wonder, who is this new young person talking to me? Imagine having a mind so powerful that you'll make your way through life a champion, your job done effortlessly, family matters dealt with wisdom and equity, your next vacation planned like a pro. The possibilities are endless, and so they are for tens of thousands who've used the method you'll see shared in just a moment. People like Megan F., 49, who says, "This is unreal. My brain skyrockets. I was unable to even calculate the price of my groceries, but after following this program, I was able to even do my own taxes effortlessly and without a calculator." Or Stephen R., 56, who says, "I saw your method and said, no way. I mean, all the research was there, the science is 100% accurate, and up to this day, I know all this. And yet, I still can't believe that after 8 painful years, I'm no longer dealing with annoying confusion, brain fog, unclarity of my thoughts, and trying to understand basic things." Or Arthur S., 64, who says, "I admit it, I was skeptical at first, but now, 7 months later, I can honestly say that I made the best decision of my life. And when I remember I wanted to close this presentation and never ever be able to regain my mental power and skills, what a fool I would have been for doing that. Now, if this debilitating affliction has been plaguing you for a while, I'm sure you're curious to know how you can stop it and get your life back on track. So let's get to it. Let me tell you my strange story and how I stumbled upon what today could be considered the biggest medical discovery of this century. As I mentioned earlier, my name is Stanley Robb. I'm a 53-year-old mathematics professor living near Philadelphia with my loving wife, Angela, and our daughter, Jessica. I have the honor of teaching at one of the country's most prestigious universities, which requires me to constantly be ready to provide my students with the knowledge they need to make groundbreaking discoveries. For a decade, I've been praised as the university's top professor due to my accomplishments. Throughout my extensive career, I've had the unique opportunity to collaborate with some of the most distinguished doctors and scientists across various fields. This experience has given me a front-row seat to witness the creation of remarkable breakthroughs and life-changing treatments. However, none of these compare to the extraordinary brainpower secret that I'm eager to share with you. My story began almost 2 years ago. Everything seemed to happen all of a sudden. The annoying dissociation, amnesia, and brain fog came out of nowhere, and I wasn't even able to spot that something was wrong until I found myself collapsing to the ground. It felt as if the world no longer made sense to me. I started having a hard time understanding even the basic things that were happening around me. Prior to this, my life followed an exacting routine. Nothing unusual happened that could have thrown me off balance like this. In all of my years of teaching, I've been able to write and solve difficult equations, even in my head, faster than I could write them on the whiteboard before my astonished students. I had the memory of an elephant. I knew the entire syllabus for each of the courses I taught like the back of my hand. In my personal life, I was the one who did our taxes and did them without a single mistake. I won almost every board game, and trivia was as easy as ABC. But then I began experiencing extreme confusion. There were moments when I was just spacing out for a couple of seconds at a time, but it happened over and over again. And it always took me a minute to realize where I was and what I was doing. Once I snapped out of it, my mind was a total mess. I couldn't organize my thoughts or focus on a simple conversation. Like everyone else, I've heard that memory is supposed to slowly decrease with age, but I never expected it to plummet like a roller coaster. And you should know that all of this, the cognitive decline, brain fog, mental blockage, confusion, and dissociation states, are not even related to age or lifestyle or psychological issues for that matter. It's not a normal thing to have these happening to you. As for me, I had to take the long road to learn that after 4 months of these annoying feelings and struggles, I made what for me was a tough decision to go see a doctor. Since I had a lot of friends in the medical field, I was able to get an appointment with one of the best doctors in the country. And after performing tons of tests on me, brain scans, blood samples, ultrasounds, I even saw a psychiatrist. And they found absolutely nothing wrong with me. Listen, Stanley, a lot of people cross my doorstep with the same problem. We are facing an epidemic uprising of dysfunction. More than 30% of the American population suffers from this. This number doubled in the last 5 years, the doctor told me. Just go home and take these pills. They should help. There's really nothing more I can do for you, he said, shrugging his shoulders. Let me tell you something. Your doctor will never be able to tell you where all these problems really come from. They'll tag the disease on you, but they'll never be able to say what the actual source of your problems is. They'll keep you there waiting in hospital hallways like a lab rat, performing test after test on you, only to tell you there's nothing physically or psychologically wrong with you, just like it happened to me. I underwent every blood test, brain scan, and physical examination of the brain known to man. They made me solve some weird tests to check if I was losing my sanity. They checked my head, my neck, my ears. I even gave them urine samples for some reason. But one after another, they shrugged their shoulders like there was nothing they could do to help me. Little did they know back then that while no one could figure out what was wrong with me, something incredibly dangerous was happening inside my CNS. Something that put my very own life in danger. But as doctors continued to prescribe me anti-stress pills and recommend useless mental therapies, or even look at me like I was somehow crazy, I finally understood. If I wanted to fix my problem, then that meant I had to do it on my own. Now, there was a question that kept popping up in my head. Why are there people in their late 80s who can remember everything from their lives and never fail to nail their skills? While there are also people in their 20s who struggle with retaining the minimum piece of information or can barely solve a first-grade equation. First thing I did when I got home was start reading everything I could find about this affection. Now, I admit it, what I found made me angry. Almost the entire medical community strongly supports the idea that mental decline and blockage roots from burnout caused by stress. What burnout? What stress? I love teaching. And never ever did I feel overwhelmed by that. And the students, they loved me too for the way I was as a professor. But 9 months went by and things didn't get any better. It was hard for me to remember things that happened just 3 or 4 days before. And I'm talking about huge, unforgettable events even. One day, I saved a woman from being mugged on the street. I even went to the police station to testify what happened, but I could hardly write down any details about the incident. And a couple of days later, it felt like it happened 20 years ago. Actually, it went from a mild confusion feeling to extreme amnesia as I forgot the vast majority of what happened in 2018 and 2019. Every time someone asked me something about my past, my mind would overload and crush. I simply couldn't concentrate at all. I was exhausted and frustrated, and I was losing hope. And as time passed by, things only got worse. I couldn't focus at all on the simplest things. I couldn't pay attention to anyone talking, no matter the subject. I couldn't sleep. I had nightmares and severe panic attacks, and there was something else that left my entire family in awe. My daughter was about to get married, and I just simply forgot to show up at a rehearsal dinner. I don't know where my mind was, but after work, I just casually headed back home like any other day. You are basically trapped, and you don't even have the power to realize how this gets worse. Not understanding how I ended up like this, my family encouraged me to see another doctor. But every doctor I went to was as useless as a paper umbrella in a storm. I almost went bankrupt after paying thousands of dollars on alternative therapies, psychologists, and psychiatrists. I tried out every single remedy I could possibly find, but absolutely none of them worked. I tried sound therapy, mental exercises, I even saw a guru, but everything was in vain. Then I paid huge amounts of money on medications like Ritalin, methylphenidate, and even atomoxetine hydrochloride. These are the most common substances sold under some of the most popular brands, but they are useless because they don't address the real culprit behind memory decline and mental blockage. I also tried behavioral therapies, herbal remedies, acupuncture. Some might have induced a sense of improvement, but it was just too insignificant to tell. I was tired, and nothing I had tried seemed to help me. I couldn't enjoy any moments with my family or friends, because as hard as I was trying to be part of a normal conversation around the barbecue, I was always left out because I couldn't wrap my head around any single word spoken. It was so frustrating. But what happened next shook my world to its core. After a summer of mental fogginess and confusion, this affliction showed no signs of letting up, and it began to destroy my professional life as well. I will never forget the first day of university when I embarrassed myself in front of 100 students during one of my courses. As I was writing an equation on the blackboard, something was wrong, but I couldn't tell what it was. I was staring at the equation, but absolutely nothing came across my mind. I was shocked to realize it was only 2 plus 2, not some calculus or anything like that. But I didn't know the answer. Almost 2 minutes passed by. I could hear whispers and laughter behind my back. I started sweating like crazy, and with every drop of shame-filled sweat hitting the ground, my heart was missing a beat. Then I passed out on the floor. You know how families behave when things like this happen. My wife cried herself to sleep, begging me to see another doctor. But every time it seemed like modern medicine had just abandoned all hope, leaving millions of suffering people just like me at the mercy of this debilitating affection. Now, cognitive decline affects nearly 40 million people in the U.S. alone, and more than 500 million worldwide. That's almost 10% of the total population of this planet. I spent day and night researching on every corner of the internet. I read every major medical journal and every publication related to cognitive issues that went back at least 5 years. I interviewed doctors, medical experts, my specialized colleagues, and even their students. Now, what I came across the very next morning was going to completely change my life and the lives of over 151,000 men and women who, just like me, got their dignity and mental performance back. The first breakthrough study was published in the National Library of Medicine. These renowned researchers proved their claim that cognitive decline is not caused by age, genetics, or lifestyle, but rather has an entirely different origin. So what they did to confirm their theory was to search in participants' bodies for common patterns that eventually led them to find something truly shocking. They ran a complete set of tests like brain scans, blood, ultrasounds, but none of them made sense on their own. Until they connected the dots and the results showed that the problem goes way beyond what we knew. Now I was extremely puzzled, but another study made it clear for me. Scientists at King's College in London found that a wide range of viruses are the triggers of what happens to our brain capacities and functions. You see, when we think about it, if an organ malfunctions, we tend to believe that there is something wrong with that one specific organ, and the doctors will only focus on it. But the brain is such a complex machine and so interconnected with the body. It could be healthy, and something else might make it go crazy. So, as a detailed study revealed, events within the central nervous system, CNS, can impair our cognition, mental sharpness, clarity, and overall brain function. There are some different types of viruses, known as neurotropic viral flora. They are so called because they are able to penetrate the extraneural and neural barriers and cross inside the nervous system. Once inside, they start infecting the neurons, our thinking cells, and freeze them, leading to what we refer to as cognitive decline, confusion, brain fog, amnesia, and mental blockage. There are plenty of neurovirulent viruses in this category, such as encephalitis viruses, polio, Coxsackie, echo, mumps, measles, influenza, rabies, herpes simplex, varicella zoster, cytomegalo, Epstein-Barr. Way too many. More than that, statistics say they are present everywhere we go, even in the water we drink and the air we breathe. Now imagine trying to treat them one by one. It's physically impossible to feed yourself with hundreds of pills daily to escape this infestation, even if the right antiviral pills existed, and especially without knowing the exact number of intruders inside the CNS. Modern medicine deliberately focuses on each virus on its own, rather than the entire neuroviral ecosystem. That's why we are never truly protected against this disease. Besides, antivirals, like antibiotics, are not the answer. They are well known for their destructive way of acting inside the body. Usually they do more harm than good. Now, the first time I found these studies, I didn't realize how valuable this information was. I felt empowered, but I had no power, so I began making calls to everyone that could help me. I had access to a bunch of brilliant minds, my colleagues from university, friends from congresses, and presentations. Now, out of all the doctors, scientists, chemists, and professors I called, there was one person in particular who was able to provide me with real answers. The things he said to this day, when I know it's 100% true and backed by science, I still ask myself, how is this possible? His name was Dr. Thomas Allen. Now, Dr. Allen was a genius in every sense of the word, and I really mean genius. His IQ was 156, just 4 points below what Albert Einstein had. He was part of the 999 Society, an organization similar to Mensa. Now, you may be familiar with Mensa, the oldest and largest IQ organization in the world, with 3% of the world's population as members. You see, 999 Society is similar to Mensa, but much more restrictive. While 1 in 50 people pass the Mensa entry test, just 1 in 30,000 people are able to become part of the 999 Society. Well, to be honest, I was a little nervous about meeting him, since I could barely maintain a coherent conversation and I didn't want him to believe I was nuts. He said that 4 years ago he was approached by one of the most powerful private military contractors in the world, a company whose annual revenue is well over $1.5 billion. They promised him a huge paycheck and the chance to work with some of the most brilliant minds of the 21st century to solve a mystery that no one dared to. Ultra-secret project with one purpose in mind: to give soldiers mental superpowers and increase their combat abilities by turbo-boosting their brains. To do that, they had to tackle a few problems first, such as trauma-induced memory loss, brain damage, tinnitus, and other related disorders. All these were highly common amongst soldiers who've been on the battlefield. As I listened to Dr. Allen, I was extremely puzzled. Just imagine if you had some of the bravest, most powerful men and women on the planet, Stanley. Some of them get injured. Mental disorders, battle trauma, and especially problem-solve blockage are extremely common among soldiers, he said to me. So why would you want to allow something as debilitating as cognitive decline to make them useless on the battlefield? You want to keep their brains in perfect condition and 100% functional. You want their mind strong and the speed of their reaction as fast as a speeding bullet. So what do? You hire the smartest people on the planet to help you figure out what no one else can. A formula that improves memory, focus, and prevents long-term cognitive damage, he continued, explaining every detail to me. Then he handed me the folder he was holding in his right hand. As I looked over the files, I stood there in shock. It was the exact formula they had developed after 4 years of extensive work and closed-doors clinical studies. It had the capability to stop mental and cognition damage, boost memory and focus, even give crystal-clear hearing to people who've been suffering from hearing loss, and shield the brain against dementia, memory loss, and other deadly brain disorders. It's only logical they'd want to keep this as a secret, since it gives them crucial leverage over their competitors, Dr. Allen said to me. Wars are won with the mind first, not with weapons, the doctor concluded. But as he confessed to me, every time Dr. Allen saw another case of cognitive damage, he felt extremely guilty. He knew this project was never meant to be seen by the public eye. It was supposed to be available only for a small number of people, private military corporations, contractors, elite government officials, and head of states. People who can either pull enough strings or pay obscene amounts of money to gain access to it. These people never shed a single tear thinking of the suffering of millions of people, innocent men and women who've done nothing wrong, on a brink of mental collapse, having to live with this everywhere they go. Why aren't they releasing this to the public? I shouted to Dr. Allen. But then he calmly explained it to me. In the US alone, the brain health industry is worth a staggering $20 billion. So why would they want to release a quick fix when they can profit for years on the frustration and humiliation of millions? Even if they eventually decide to release the solution, it will either be available only to the elites, or it will cost insane amounts of money that insurance won't cover. These people knew it very well, and I finally understood why, even though hundreds of millions suffer from cognitive decline, the shady big pharma corporations haven't moved a finger to help them. Now, let me tell you why this is the most incredible brain booster formula ever invented. The nutrients it contains are so incredibly powerful, they not only clear your CNS from viral flora, increase cognition and brain capacity, but also nourish your brain and protect you from memory loss diseases. Lab tests have shown us that in order for this to be efficient, all the ingredients have to be mixed in very exact quantities, following a specific formula. Here's a short explanation of how this works. First, the powerful nutrients blend squashes your CNS infestation. Remember, the root cause of your cognitive decline and mental blockage is due to a viral infestation inside your CNS that's freezing your neurons and causing you to lose brain functionality. Inside the classified project files, I found that the only way to fix this is to add a combination of green tea extract and caffeine anhydrous. The first thing you notice after these nutrients take into effect is the immediate clarity you'll experience. And that's because both of these miracle ingredients contain powerful nutrients that, mixed together, strip the infestation of its powers directly on your CNS, and so the neurons are set free. And while there are over 1,500 species of green tea, only a few specific ones can stop the dangerous process in your nervous system and brain. Second, all the confusion, amnesia, brain fog, and dissociation vanish. That's because the caffeine anhydrous will be working overtime to restore your brain's power and cleanse it of the CNS infestation, helping you recover your focus and mental clarity in no time. Finally, as soon as the infestation ends, your brain and cognitive functions start to heal and regain their strength, and your neuronal networks rejuvenate. This is due to 3 more star ingredients added. The first one is phenylethylamine HCl, or PEA for short. PEA not only puts an end to cognitive decline, but also helps your brain perform 5 times better and improves your memory and focus. Not only that, but this incredible neurotransmitter can enhance your motivation and reduce your stress levels, proving to be a valuable fighter that will help you restore your brain power to 100%. Plus, it's been repeatedly proven that it increases serotonin and dopamine levels, making you feel happier and elated during the day. The second one is glucomannan, which acts like a guardian for your mind, enhances mental sharpness, and makes you alert 24/7 while enjoying a comfy sleep. And the third one is L-carnitine. This nutrient is extremely powerful, because it also strengthens your brain's neurotransmitters and improves cognitive functions. Third, your mind and brain increase their powers. This is where good things start to happen. Glucomannan, raspberry ketones, and kola nut act like steroids for your brain. As you get older, your brain actually shrinks. But these three ingredients supercharge your brain, strengthen your neurons, and give your mind clarity and focus. Your memory becomes sharper, better, clearer. Your brain is now 20 years younger since viral flora is out of your system. Fourth, you shield yourself against memory diseases. Now, the entire purpose of this is not only to set people free from cognitive deterioration, but also to protect their brain against debilitating diseases on a long-term basis, and also shield it against memory loss or other brain-related diseases. To achieve that, we added yohimbe bark, an extremely powerful neurotransmitter essential for our brain rejuvenation journey. Taken in the right quantities and with the exact combination of nutrients, which are only found in this formula, yohimbe bark will keep you safe against memory-related disease in the future. This powerful natural ingredient will supercharge your brain, your memory, focus, and energy levels, and also to keep you safe against memory disorders like memory loss, amnesia, dementia, and other deadly brain diseases. Fifth, your entire health and well-being start to improve. In just a few weeks, you'll have the mind of an elephant. Your thoughts will be organized and sharp. Your mind will be quiet and peaceful, and you'll be protected against deadly brain disorders. And because this blend is so powerful, every single cell of your body will start to transform and rejuvenate. But this isn't everything this super formula can do. It not only helps you break free from viruses, but also reduces blood sugar levels, stress, and anxiety. It boosts your immune system while reducing stress and boosting your mood. And in some lucky cases, it can even regulate blood pressure and blood sugar levels. And it's all because of these perfectly combined ingredients which, in the right amounts, upgrade your mind and brain in a matter of weeks. Now, what's extremely important about this formula is that it only works in this exact formula and quantities. Its perfectly blended mixture helps your brain absorb all these nutrients from the moment they enter your body. Dr. Allen confessed to me that he just couldn't live with himself if we don't share this formula with anyone out there. And he was prepared to risk his own freedom to do it. So he helped me gain temporary access to all the classified files from this project. It was exactly what I needed to get the exact details of this formula and the way it works. We started working on it right away. The project files stated that in order for this formula to work, the ingredients had to come from selected locations and their quality and purity had to be extremely high. Now, this part was really hard. It's unbelievable how many people out there are just trying to make a quick buck by selling low-quality, cheap knockoffs, but we couldn't have that. We saw it with our own eyes, because after testing every single ingredient that came to our lab, every herb, plant, vitamin, and mineral, we realized that almost all of them were filled with added chemicals, which gave no natural healing properties whatsoever. It was an excruciating job. We worked relentlessly day and night at the lab, and at many times we would sleep there through the night. For this to be 100% effective, it had to meet 3 criteria. First, that it would work for anyone, no matter how bad their mental decline has gotten. Second, it needed to work on its own, without you having to go to the doctor or spend money on any therapies. And third, it had to shield your brain and mind not just against deterioration, but also memory-related deadly diseases. After several weeks, including many days when we wouldn't even see our families, we finally did it. Tears ran down my cheeks as I held in my hands the capsules that would finally set me free from the nightmare I've been living for so long. All we needed was someone to put it to a test. And of course, it was me. I was anxious to start, but to tell you the truth, for the first few days, I didn't feel any major improvements. Maybe just that my focus was better, and I could finally make better sense when talking. But a few days later, something amazing happened. It was almost like I had suddenly regained access to all my learnings and skills. Then, as days went by, it went from remembering some stuff to a clear idea of them, and then to normal. Now, shortly after that, all my confusion, disorientation, amnesia, stress, and anxiety were gone. By the 4th week, something incredible happened. I could finally do mental tasks, pay attention to conversation, and even do multitasking. And all the other mind decline symptoms were also gone. I had no more headaches, no more dizziness. It was like my brain was reborn. I will never forget that first moment of clarity after so long. Now, even though my mind was stronger, I wanted to see what would happen if I took the pills for a little longer. By the 5th week, I could feel a surge of energy in my brain, the good kind. I could solve difficult puzzles. My memory was crystal clear. I could easily focus. I remember sleeping like a baby at night, and every night after. It was like a miracle. And I knew I had to share this formula with more people. So we gathered a group of 40 men and women, all mental and cognitive decline sufferers, from mild to severe. Dr. Allen prepared the formula, gave it to all participants, and instructed them to follow the program for 30 days. Now, I expected to see some results, but not that fast. It wasn't long after they started that our phones were ringing like crazy, with people crying over the phone, telling us how their minds were getting better by the day. 100% of the participants had brand new minds in 4 weeks. Each one of them reported a surge in their brain functions. Their memory was better. Their focus was significantly improved. None of them experienced any more headaches or dizziness. In fact, many of the senior folks said that they could now hear better, and some were able to get rid of their hearing aids. It was definitely an unexpected extra benefit. The formula was like a super cocktail for the brain and mind. Now, by the end of week 8, something happened that left me and Dr. Allen totally in awe. One more person called us. He said that he kept taking the capsules, curious himself on what would happen. When he went to see his physician, as he gave him the test results, it was showing that he had his onset memory loss diagnosis revoked. It was incredible. I wanted to scream it out loud as I held in my hands the system that would finally give men and women all over the world a chance to supercharge their brains. We called it IQ Blast Pro, a 100% natural blend that goes directly to the root cause of your cognitive decline, the viral infestation of your CNS. The perfect combination of 28 carefully mixed plant extracts and vitamins into an easy-to-swallow capsule to take 4 twice a day. We only produce IQ Blast Pro in our FDA-approved facility using the latest technology and equipment. Every capsule of IQ Blast Pro is non-GMO and perfectly safe. This protocol is very easy to follow and is also diabetic-friendly. It does not require any restrictive diets, and it does not interfere with other supplements you might be taking. This formula is more powerful than anything else in the world because it doesn't just eliminate the root cause of your mind blockage, but also boosts brain capacity by over 400%, strengthens your neurons, and helps you shield yourself against memory-related diseases. It also supports a healthy heart, improves your memory and focus, boosts your energy levels, and so much more. So you'll also be improving your overall health at the same time. By now, you're probably wondering how you can get your hands on this incredible brain booster super capsule. You see, it's hard for me to answer this question. When we created IQ Blast Pro, we knew that in order for this formula to work, we had to source only the highest quality ingredients. This makes our ability to keep high stocks on hand almost impossible. But since you're here, your package is reserved. Now, if you leave this page, we cannot guarantee supply when you come back. This formula has already changed the lives of over 151,000 people from all over the world, and that number is increasing by the day. Samantha D., 55, Colorado, says, "This program is a miracle. I have purchased it twice because it is so helpful with my memory and cognition. I had just switched to a job that is night shift, and it was very difficult to adjust to those hours and learn all of the technical systems required for my new position." Henry K., 62, Florida, says, "I would have given anything to restore my mind sharpness and clarity I used to have. This is truly a miracle. I can't remember a time since my mind has been so clear and so alert, my body so calm, and my overall health so good." Timothy F., 56, Texas, says, "I could barely sleep, work, talk to my wife and kids. I had constant confusion and dizziness. My mind is organized now, and I feel amazing. Brain fog and dissociation are gone. So is my fear of memory loss. In fact, I feel my brain is getting sharper every day. Stories like these are incredible, and they're merely a small number of the hundreds of emails we receive every day. It's been proven beyond any shadow of doubt that there is no other anti-cognitive deterioration formula as powerful as IQ Blast Pro. Now, looking at the incredible benefits that IQ Blast Pro has, you understand why I initially wanted to sell this program for $397. But while I could have easily done that, and it would still be a total steal, here's the thing. I know how horrible it is to live with this constant fog and confusion inside your head, and I don't want anyone else to go through what I've gone through myself, because this terrible disease can ruin your life, even though you can't even see it coming. Now, I cannot change the past, but I can.
Instead, today you can get IQ Blast Pro and your life back for just $99 per bottle. And if you order a supply for 6 months, you'll get an even better discount. We noticed many folks order multiple bottles of IQ Blast Pro, not just for themselves, but for their friends and family too, and they've told us how much it's changed their lives, and they want the same for their loved ones. That's why we decided to cut you a deal to help spread the benefits even further. If you order 6 bottles right now, we're dropping the price to just $69 a bottle.
Select the 6-bottle package, or any other package you want. Consider this just a small but powerful investment that you can do for yourself today. It's safe to say that a bottle of IQ Blast Pro will clear the infestation and set your neurons free. 3 bottles of IQ Blast Pro will also help strengthen your neurotransmitters, nourish your brain, and get rid of those annoying headaches and lack of sleep. But there is a reason why 98% of our users choose the 6-bottle package. Once you go for the 6-bottle package, in just 3 months from now, you'll supercharge your cognitive health and skills by over 400%. You'll shield yourself from memory disease like dementia, memory loss, and brain shrinkage, and it will make you immune against permanent mind decay. Many years will pass from now, and your mind will stay as sharp as in your youth. You'll be able to enjoy every moment of a powerful and healthy mind, even in your late 90s. Here's an even better deal. When you stock up on a 3-month or 6-month supply of IQ Blast Pro, we're adding a little extra to your purchase with 2 thought-provoking ebooks worth over $100, entirely free. The first ebook in your cognitive arsenal is Flash Memory: Hidden Tactics for Instant Memorization. This is your essential guide for mastering complex memorization. It's loaded with practical methods for instantly recalling detailed information. When you use these tactics alongside IQ Blast Pro, your ability to remember intricate data like math, phone numbers, or special dates will be unmatched. Following up, you'll also receive Mind Decoder, transforming overthinking into sleep thinking. This unique ebook brings a whole new perspective on problem solving, introducing you to ways of using your brain's power to solve problems and generate ideas while you sleep. When combined with IQ Blast Pro, you'll discover a notable improvement in your problem-solving abilities and quality of rest. When you use these ebooks in tandem with IQ Blast Pro, you'll have a holistic tool set for improving cognitive performance, enhancing memory, and refining problem-solving skills. Think of these ebooks as our commitment to your brain-power journey. I believe you deserve the very best when it comes to enhancing your mind's potential. You risk absolutely nothing because you are covered by our 60-day, no-questions-asked money-back guarantee. It's simple. Select one of the packages and hit the buy button below. Try this powerful formula. Watch as your confusion, brain fog, and mental blockage fade away until it's completely gone, and see how good it feels to enjoy the beauty of a sharp mind once again. See how amazing it is to be stress and worry-free, to regain your happiness and joy for life. No more headaches, no more dizziness, no more lack of focus, no more amnesia, dissociation, and anxiety. Enjoy all of this. And after 2 months, if you are not satisfied with the results, even if you've used up the entire bottle, send us an email and we'll refund every penny back. No questions asked. You have 2 full months to try IQ Blast Pro and see the amazing results for yourself. All you have to do is claim your discount, select one of the packages below, and take advantage of this amazing deal. We'll cover 100% of the shipping costs and make sure IQ Blast Pro is delivered straight to your doorstep in just a few days from now. But I urge you to act now. We are currently overwhelmed by the number of orders, which makes our ability to restock extremely hard. since we only work with the highest quality ingredients. When you choose the 3 or the 6 bottle package, you get IQ Blast Pro for even cheaper. Now, I'm not sure how long it's going to last. We might be forced to raise the price very soon, so please do not miss your chance to get this amazing formula at an even lower price. Select the 3 or the 6 bottle package, or any other package you want, and superpower your brain today. Be another success story that IQ Blast Pro brings to the world. Now, the truth is, you only have 2 options. Option number 1. You can leave this page and act like nothing happened. Continue to be trapped with this debilitating brain deficit and waste thousands of dollars on useless therapies that ultimately fail you one by one. I know you don't want that, but why go down this road when you can choose option number 2? You can stop your mind from shutting down and click on the buy button below now. Secure your order and be one more success story that IQ Blast Pro brings into the world. So go ahead and select your package, then hit the button below. You are 100% covered by our 60-day money-back guarantee, which means you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Try IQ Blast Pro and see the amazing benefits it has to offer.